Today's episode is brought to you by the channel's patrons. Thank you very much to them. For as long as I've been doing these videos, there is one thing that the flat earthers have never ever been able to crack. A flat earth map. Time and time again they've bought different models, all of which at some point have fallen at many hurdles. That is, until today. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. A huge thank you to the Patreons of this channel who voted for this video today to be included. If you'd like to get involved in Patreon, then I'll leave the link in the description. There's all sorts of rewards up for grabs over there. Head on over if you get a chance. But what did they vote for? Well, truthnz thinks he has cracked the flat earth map and he's released a video which he thinks proves it. Let's go over it with a fine tooth comb and see if his assertion is correct.
So the map you're looking at now looks correct according to the countries we know.
Does it? It looks pretty rough to me.
Both east to west and north to south. I'm going to prove to you that according to light, this map is 100% correct.
That is a huge claim. Let's see if he's done it.
So I've added these extra countries. See the black dots? I'm going to prove to you that the sunlight that we see while the sun is up is correct according to this map that I have made. Now I have removed latitude and longitude. It's not needed, it's just lines on a map.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like you've got lines of longitude there.
I have north to south lines, 24 of them, just like the original Flat Earth AE map. Each line correlates to 1 hour of sun movement around the map.
So lines of longitude then?
But I don't have any latitude lines. I've got equators and I've got the tropics, the Capricorn and Cancer.
Okay, with you so far.
So, during the Northern Hemisphere summer, the sun travels around the Tropic of Cancer. Okay, so I've got the date, the 21st of June of this year, 2019, and we've got daylight.
Not sounding too confident here, is he?
We got sunrise in Punta Arenas, Chile. Alright, now at this point of the day, this yellow circle that you're looking at is covering every area that can see the sun directly. At that point of time, 9 AM, Punta Arenas, Chile. Now, if you add daylight saving time, it will say that the time is 10 AM, Punta Arenas, Chile. However, that will not work for the map because it's not true, it's not real, it's just a clock move forward. So I've adjusted the clock back so that every star that you see next to the countries, that's daylight saving, adjusted back 1 hour to correct time.
But currently in Punta Arenas, Chile, daylight saving time is observed all year round. That means your map is wrong because it's going to be out of sync with all the other countries. Strike one.
Alright, so 9 AM, Punta Arenas. We can move the light. You see the sun? If it moves 6.5, so 6 hours and 33 minutes around the map, we end up in Auckland, New Zealand. Alright, so we now have sunrise in Auckland, New Zealand. Okay, we move another 57 minutes, we got Invercargill, New Zealand. In another 7 minutes, we have Brisbane, Australia.
And here is the reason why that is a problem, because the time difference between Chile and Australia is 14 hours. Your sunrise in Australia and your sunset in Chile is then going to be an hour out. Strike two.
22 minutes, Sydney, Australia. 36 minutes time, there will be Melbourne. And then in 17 minutes after that, we have it in Adelaide, Australia. You skip another 29 minutes, you're going to get to Broome, Australia. And then sunrise will come to Perth, Australia in another 41 minutes. Now I'm moving through this really fast for the sake of time. You can slow this all down, pause it if you need to, look at all my times and see that they are correct.
Now I actually did this and they are loosely correct, but that doesn't mean that he's cracked it yet.
Now let's move the daylight all the way back to triangulate some of our countries. Alright, so we've got sunset now in Punta Arenas, Chile. We've got sunrise around Invercargill, in between Invercargill and Brisbane, Invercargill, New Zealand and Brisbane, Australia. And you've got all the way down in Stockholm, Sweden, you've got the edge of the light as well. Alright, so let's look at these countries. Is this correct? Is this what we see? Alright, now to show you that this is correct, let's look at timeanddate.com. You can change to any day and time, which will show you the daylight versus the night time.
There is really no need to do this because he has got it right. But that's very, very easy to do when you're looking at the Northern Hemisphere summer solstice. The problem with all of this is when we flip it around and look at the Northern Hemisphere winter, because then we have got 24 hours of darkness inside the Arctic Circle and 24 hours of sunlight inside the Antarctic Circle, because this is how that would have to look on your model. So how is the sun doing this? How is it throwing its light all the way around Antarctica and back again without illuminating the centre of the map? Does the sun have magical properties? Is the dome refracting the light around the Earth? Do you see the problem here? So yes, your map with the sun's position works well on one day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere, but not very well on most other days of the year in the Southern Hemisphere. How about you do what the globe model predicts and gets right all the time, which is the sunrises and sunsets for all locations in both hemispheres. You do that on a flat Earth map and then we'll talk. Strike three and you're out. Let's finish with truthnz predicting some possible arguments that people might have with his map.
Now let's look at some arguments that you're going to come back to me. You're going to say, oh, well, what about north to south travel as opposed to west to east travel on this map? It would take way too long to travel west to east on this map as opposed to north and south. Now that is a real valid argument.
I can feel a but coming here.
So I have looked into this. This is one problem that I had as to why I chose not to believe on a flat earth. But I will prove to you in another video that the wind currents are enough to distort the travel times east to west, west to east, north to south to get us around this map in the amount of time that we need it to happen. I'm going to prove to you with travel times in another video that we are living on a flat surface. It makes more sense. Flight on this map makes more sense than it does on the globe.
It absolutely doesn't, but I can't wait to see it. Right, that brings this episode of Flat Earth Friday to a lovely close. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much again to the patrons for voting for it. The new vote is up now on Patreon for January's video if you want to go and vote on that. If you liked it today, then please do like and subscribe. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great weekend and I'll see you all on New Year's Eve for Tinfoil Tuesday. See you then.